Excellent. Okay. We'll let Coach maybe stay and then we'll go into questions.
Yeah, hard fought victory. Obviously, hats off to Middle for the way they played and competed, which is what they do every time they've been here. Obviously, a lot of stuff for us to improve on, but I'm going to focus on the positives. I thought, obviously, the way we ended the game, with the offense giving up the safety, but the defense going out there, putting the fire out, running to the fight, as we call it. Really proud of Tyron Hopper right there. Darius Robinson made his best rush. Christian Williams stuffing the run. And then offensively to go out there and finish the game with the ball in our hand, I think is a real positive moving forward. I know there was a couple of games last year that we weren't able to do that sort of back and forth situation. So that was good to get the work in. Again, a lot of things to clean up, and I'm sure y'all will start asking me about those right now. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Eli, the last 3 minutes or so, you talked about how you did close it out. Those previous 6, just kind of, can you address, obviously you have the safety and the couple penalties that back you up, just kind of the middle of the fourth quarter, what you think was going on?
Yeah. Obviously, we got beat on a protection issue right there. We made the first guy miss, and then Brady got pressure and was trying to make a throw. Obviously can't do that. Got to be much better in protection. And 4 sacks is way too many. Definitely disappointed by the amount of pressure that we faced tonight. I didn't anticipate that going into the game. I knew they were a big pressure team, but didn't feel like we were going to struggle as bad as we did with it. So got to go back to the drawing board on getting that corrected.
What went into the decisions to not go for some of those 4th and shorts?
The only one that I recall would be the 4th and 1 to start the fourth quarter, up 13, ball at midfield. So up 13, punt the ball. Our defense has been playing pretty good defense. Up 13 if they've got to go 83 yards, because I think the ball went on the 17, which they did, but their chances of scoring are a lot less than at the 50. So I think that's the right play every time.
What did you see from Brady tonight, especially in the second half, when the offense started to slow down a bit?
Well, we got into a rhythm there. I think we had 3 straight possessions where we scored. I actually thought he was throwing the ball pretty well. He was having a little bit of issue with protections early. We were 7 for 13 on third down. He was 14 of 19 with 2 touchdowns. I thought he did a really nice job throwing the ball. Yep.
Coach, how would you describe the effectiveness of your run offense tonight overall?
Well, we gave it plenty of chances. Obviously we weren't good enough, especially in short yardage. It felt like the one negative right there was on that 3rd and 1. We weren't able to convert it, and then we had another third and 1 where we false start. Obviously those penalties right there and lack of execution is poor, and it's got to improve.
Coach, defense had 4 sacks, 12 tackles for loss.
Yeah.
NTSU was also 9 of 18 on 3rd down, 2 or 3 on 4th down. So how do you kind of rectify those issues?
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the interesting thing about the stats. We played really good in the first quarter and gave the offense plenty of chances to really try to start fast, and we were only up 3-0. And that was really disappointing. I felt like the defense, gave up 2 really long drives that we've got to continue to improve on. That's happened 2 weeks in a row, and 2 weeks in a row we don't have any turnovers. So, and I think 4th down conversions, they were 2 for 3 last week too. So. Obviously, a lot of things that we get to work on, and that's what we'll work on.
On the kickoff to Marvin Burks caught, hindsight, of course, maybe not run it out or go for it. What were your thoughts on that decision?
Yeah, that's a clear, fair catch. We put them in on toes on the goal line. If the ball's over your head, you have to reach above it. That's a clear let it go. And if you have to back up to catch it, it's a clear, fair catch. So. Freshman mistake there. Really proud of Marvin. Marvin starts on 4 special teams. He's a 4 special team starter for us, which is hard to do as a true freshman. So it's a learning experience. You're going to have those, and to learn and win is the best kind of learning experiences. So proud of our team for getting us that.
Coach, Vadiato was able to break containment pretty frequently in the second half. What did you see from him that allowed for more of those lengthy drives on
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was the name of the first half too. On their long drives, was we weren't setting edges well enough, whether it was in the zone read game or on scrambles, and it was still a little bit leaky there late. We were running more simulated pressures from odd front structure and just didn't have our edges as sealed up as we wanted to. There was a couple times he pushed up in the pocket too. I think he had a big scramble on a third down where he pushed up in the pocket and we lost contain. So we'll go back and figure out where we got to improve on that. I mean, we knew he was a headsy player. We knew he was a gutty player, and he showed that tonight.
Coach, that touchdown pass to Pete, is there something you guys saw that, that gave him that open wheel route where he's just wide open? Or,
Yeah, we knew in that formation we were primarily getting man, and so we started the fourth quarter, and we knew if we got man, that was the call we were going to. We didn't anticipate that they would leave him uncovered, but they had a double-edged pressure coming. I'm sure one of those guys is supposed to come out of it. We squeezed the protection, so both of them were free on the quarterback. And, I mean, Brady looked right down the barrel and made a great throw.
Coach, the Bird made a couple of huge plays, and then, of course, there was that holding. You seemed a little animated about that. I was curious your thoughts on his game overall in that play.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the tape, but I'm probably going to be severely disappointed in that flag. I think it was an anticipation call, but we'll see. I haven't watched the tape, but obviously proud of Luther. I think that's his first 100-yard game. I could be wrong on that, but first 100-yard game. And he was really hard to tackle. I thought he was really good in punt returns. I thought he did a nice job. Cody Schrader went over 4,000 yards for his career, which I think there's only three backs in college football right now that have active 4,000 yards. So really proud of him. Really proud of Nate for he didn't get enough opportunities to carry the ball tonight, and we've got to get that corrected, but he did show up big time in the pass game. So combined, I think he's right at 100 yards all purpose, which is good.
You guys ended the game with 46 rushing attempts and 19 passing attempts. Was that the game plan coming in, or was that something you guys had to adjust to?
We'll look at it. No, that wasn't the game plan going in at all.
Coach, what did you like from some of the deeper passing looks that were there tonight?
Well, we started off the game and had the perfect look for a play that we'd repped all week, and he was there. We just didn't finish the play. I thought Brady could have thrown it out there a little bit further, but we really don't ever want to overthrow Luther, so missed that opportunity there. Hit him a couple other times down the field. One I thought really busted us open in the third quarter, gave us some good momentum there. Got to go back at the drawing board and look and see how we can be more explosive in the pass game. Obviously, that's not where we're at right now.
Every coach says it's better to work on things after a win. I mean, going into a game, a lot of people have been pointing to how close do you feel like you are to what you want getting this figured out?
I think there's a lot of things to work on. I mean, I'm pleased with some of the numbers, right? I mean, we're 7 for 13 on third downs. We didn't have a turnover. We were 3 for 3 for scoring in the red zone. But there's just so much to work on. Lack of explosiveness offensively, the short yardage debacles. Missed extra point. It was tipped. Poor protection, and then defensively, things that we got to work on. So. We'll hear it all week, and that's probably fine. We just can control what we need to control, which is improving and preparing for a really good K-State team, Big 12 champ, coming into our stadium. Appreciate the fans being sold out. They're going to give us a huge advantage, and we'll continue to improve. I'm not disappointed in. We've clearly identified some guys that are playmakers for us. I thought Theo Weiss's catch was unbelievable on the goal line. I thought his catch and run opportunity on a fourth down where we checked, and I thought he really played big. We got to give him more opportunities to play big for us.
Coach, could you break down that touchdown with Theo Weiss? What did you see there? What did you want to get an estimation on the outside?
It was actually the exact same play that we ran that they called us for offensive pass interference, so I'm unsure how it wasn't offensive pass interference on that point too, because it was the exact same look, but maybe they'll send that in and tell me. We motioned into a stack, and it's an option route for Theo, and he was able to break out based off leverage. It really was a heck of a throw, but he was able to extend his hands, make a contact catch.
The offensive line, I mentioned it earlier, but what are those things you need to change
I would say there's a good probability there's going to be some personnel changes. We're not gonna sit back and just, we're gonna make changes. We're not gonna stick with status quo, and we've had 2 games to figure it out, and if production is still not what it needs to be, we're gonna compete for the job. But we're not gonna continue to give up 4 sacks and run the same 5 guys out there. I know that.
Coach, you mentioned Cody Schrader tonight leading the charge in yards. Can you talk about his impact not only on the field but just as a leader in general?
Yeah, I mean, a young man who took a chance on himself, believed in himself, to just wanted to be on the team. And once he was here, instead of just being on the team, he wanted to make an impact on the team and earned a right to play. And now he's a starter and a captain, and he's got 4,000 career yards, and he's just an unbelievable young man. And really proud of him. I'm really glad he's on our team. I think it's a great story for the University of Missouri. A kid who always wanted to play at this university, didn't have the opportunity out of high school, but believed in himself and earned that opportunity. I think it's really powerful, and I'm very proud to coach him.
Eli, what did you kind of see from Dalen, and also JC in his first game back?
Yeah, I thought JC was very explosive back there. I know there's going to be a couple of plays he wishes he had back as far as maybe a couple of tackles, but I thought he played pretty well. Dalen made some really big plays. Had a couple of TFLs, had a sack, I think. So plays big in big situations. We just defensively, we got to find a way to create a turnover. We got to find a way to create a turnover.
You mentioned holding and snapping aside issues with the misses last week. What did you see in that department today, and are you concerned about the beating game still going?
I'm really concerned. Yeah, that's devastating to have a poor hold and a leakage up the middle, and that's uncharacteristic, especially for as much as we practice it. And again, it's got to get fixed.
Anything else, Coach? I think yes.
Thank you.